What's up, everybody? This is going to be an analysis video for my subscriber Woof. He is a Sheik player playing against a Fox, and they're going to Battlefield. I believe they struck to Battlefield game 1. Game 2 also counterpicking back to Battlefield. I don't mind that at all. I think the Battlefield is a really, really good stage for Sheik in this matchup. The only other thing that, I guess two other things that I could see is either counterpicking to Fountain, maybe if the Fox was laser camping you or something like that, or Dreamland if you feel like you need a little bit more space to work with. But honestly, Battlefield has enough space regardless. So we'll see how this goes. I'm excited to see how it pans out. Starting off, I always talk about starting positions here. Right here in the middle, there's not a lot that you can probably aggress with the Sheik. I would either do like an up tilt right here, or I would just disengage, like a full hop back and then like charge needles in the air. Potentially throw them down if you react to Fox jumping down into center stage, but if not, you could just continue charging needles, maybe cancel with a shield drop or something. But I think that disengaging in general in this position would probably be the best thing off the start. Let's see what you do. So you wave dash back, he actually full hops off. You could have reacted to this because of how like high his arc was. And I do want to point out situations where you're able to react to certain things that Fox does, right? Because like if you see how high he full hops, it's kind of hard to see through the like go animation or whatever, right? But you like could have up tilted him here, maybe even just like up aired him on his way in, but that's fine. So right here with your fair into center stage, I actually like this quite a bit. Unfortunately, you like mess up after that back air on the platform, but this is really nice. Although if you start the fair instantly and then fast fall instantly, you can actually get this to auto cancel, and then you can start moving insanely quickly. So even though he held down here, you might have been able to get your shield up or something like this because it seemed like he crouch cancel shined, which is a really hard thing to deal with a Sheik. Because if they run in and crouch, even the pushback that you would normally get from forward airing someone kind of gets nullified by their momentum moving forward. So this is definitely a tough situation to deal with. But this might be why you see Plup do a lot of like dash shield drop bear to like kind of cover himself in the corner instead of maybe like going into center stage a lot. The other thing that you could have done here is like needle grab to beat the crouch cancel. So maybe consider using a little bit more needle on your way down, but the game just started and you're not sure how much he's gonna be crouch canceling like that. So this is a situation too. She can pressure the side platforms really well. So that like could have been a shield drop up air or back air. And then also this could have been a short hop back air with like a drift this way. A big thing in this matchup is that you really, really want to get Fox above like a solid crouch cancel percent. He can crouch cancel a lot of your things until a high percent. But even getting him out of like ASDI down percent is really important too. So if you can tack on damage with like small, strong hits and then disengage, that's generally how you want to play against Fox, unless you have like a read on his movement and can get a grab or a knockdown somehow. Or like I said, like a needle grab or something that really isn't affected by crouch cancel. But yeah, this could have been a great opportunity to back air. So there looked like there was a little bit of hesitation there. I do like the disengage. Running off with the fair again was decently solid. He's positioning himself kind of in the center, so I like that you're actually hitting him for doing that sort of thing. Got caught up in your movement. Okay. Again, I do like these retreating back airs. I was recently watching Drug Fox's Sheik, and he actually does a lot of these. In general, not really a full hop sort of technique, but this is okay too. I think that short hop kind of just covers his full hop height really well, which is the only reason that I bring up the short hop versus full hop thing. Nice attempt on the whiff punish here. Let me just check this out one more time. Yeah, nice attempt, but not quite. Again, this fair into center stage, I'm not sure if this one auto-canceled. But again, could have been needles, maybe just like a fair dash back could have been really good too, because he did try to come in. The forward tilt ended up working out, but no reaction tech chase from you. I don't know if you try to reaction tech chase a lot or if you weren't feeling confident about it today, but like this was definitely a situation where you could have gotten a reaction tech chase. Let me just check out this situation one more time. Yeah, you stood there for quite a bit. Maybe you were waiting for his wake up shine, but you were definitely too slow on that reaction. So that's unfortunate. That was like the first big like situation we saw. Okay, this is all nice. Wave dashing into him here. What you really want to do is like walk forward and then crouch into this when they're in a knockdown like this. A lot of the time you don't want to wave dash towards people when they're in a knockdown because it leaves you vulnerable for those 10 frames when you're in the wave dash animation. Spot dodge in the corner, pretty good. Nice. I like that a lot. He misses his tech. You forward air him. Let's see the edge guard. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out here. When he's this far out, you can most likely react to like the angle he chooses, especially when he goes this high. So like waiting up here and then like strong back airing him as he's falling down is definitely like a possible thing to do on reaction. But a good down smash regardless to clean it up. Okay, so avoiding invincibility is something I like to talk about as well. So let's see how you deal with this. Unfortunately, you miss your wayland on the platform. I want to believe that you would have done either some tricky platform movement or would have light shielded on the side platform if that's kind of like the avenue that you were choosing. But yeah, another tech flip. There just seems to be a slight disconnect between the ideas that you want to do and the execution involved. Okay, ledge dash went for a grab. Nice needle grab. This was excellent. But again, like, oh man, you're creating so many opportunities for yourself, but just not quite capitalizing. I love that turnaround needle grab. That was excellent. But then an up throw instead of a down throw, which was really unfortunate. And then a missed reaction anyway. Okay, so you're recovering air dodge, maybe a little bit too high. You want to make sure when you're air dodging to get it as low to the ground as possible. This is pretty important because it gives people a longer time to react to you when you're in the air and then have to travel down. But regardless, he still catches you with a down in the air, which allows you to be actionable very quickly. You just roll out of there, which is nice. So this is a really tough position for Sheik a lot of the times. It's like, how do you prevent Fox from killing you? Or like, how do you prevent him from counterattacking you and having it be meaningful when you're at such a high percent and he's at such a low percent? So you really have to focus on your spacing, focus on your needle grabs, and use any sort of read that you have to get like a run-up grab or maybe even like a down smash to beat some crouch cancel and actually tack damage on. So unfortunately, you kind of go for a desperate grab as he was full hopping in, not really exactly reacting to the way that he was approaching against you, which was a little unfortunate. But definitely could have been like a wave dash back after the jump shine. Definitely could have been an up air while he was full hopping at you. I just want to see what you do with your invincibility here for a sec. Okay, not a bad attempt. You charge needles and let him go. So right here, you kind of throw these needles. One of the really great things about needles is you can stop charging in the air whenever you want. So if you recognize as you like jump up and charge the needles that he's actually all the way over here, you can react and just stop charging them and then jump up, wave land on the side platform, and now you have a much better position, right? This puts you in quite a bit of lag, and now like the tempo is kind of back where he's in center stage and you guys are both kind of working at low percent, right? And again, maybe a little bit too many full hops when he's like kind of around the side platform, or maybe at like full hop height. See right there? That's okay. He approached you on side platform. That's kind of been the way that you've been disengaging here. You kind of move back, then go to side platform. Potentially like wave dashing back, maybe using the corner a little bit more. Maybe throwing grounded lasers to kind of stuff him trying to move into this space could be pretty good. Or just like a short hop nair or a forward tilt, kind of catching him approaching you could be solid as well. Because if you catch him during his run, he can only ASDI down, and sometimes that's not going to work against your forward tilt. And a lot of people aren't ASDIing down during run, like in this meta yet, if that makes sense. So another tech flub and kind of a desperation down smash. I feel like after you kind of messed up and did this air dodge, you kind of felt like you had to cover yourself here. But you probably could have just disengaged, right? Like committing to something even harder. This is what Kalindi likes to call a double down. And you want to try and avoid doubling down as much as you can because so many people do it. They'll like whiff something and then they'll whiff a second thing because they feel like they have to cover themselves. But this isn't always the case. Like you could have just disengaged in this situation, set up for like a needle grab again or like potential platform movement, walled him out or something, right? So this was nice. Nice. Okay. That wasn't bad, but again, I would really like to see you crouching on the mistech. So it's unfortunate that you didn't, but you kind of had the read regardless. Didn't quite work out. This is an important situation too. So if he's drilling from right here and you end up in shield, in general, they're going to shine after this. And if you work on your nairs out of shield, you can actually expect this a lot of the time for there to be a shine after these drills. And if you get your shield up, that's like a pretty easy nair out of shield as long as you practice it pretty consistently. Because it comes out frame 6, which is really, really good. Nice. Really good nair out of shield there. Missed reaction. I feel like there are just so many times where you're either missing your reactions on the ground, you're missing the reactions on the edge guards, or you're missing the reactions in neutral. And you keep positioning yourself and getting the openings that you need in order to react, but like for some reason you're not doing it. I feel like you're just being a little bit antsy with the situation and thinking that you have to do something. Just clear your mind and understand, like you went for the forward tilt, right? It's like you knew you had to do it, but you just didn't react correctly. You down threw him and you like tried to grab afterwards, but I feel like you had something else on your mind. Like you thought he was going to roll and then he didn't, and you're like, oh god, he just teched in place. Like what am I going to do? He shined. You're like, okay, well now that the shine's over, I'll try and grab him. And it's like at that point, it's way too late. So just try to like focus on the positions and the openings that you have and try to react quite a bit more often, because it seems like you're almost exclusively operating on reads, whether it's your punishes, your edge guards, or your neutral. Good recovery. He ends up killing himself, which is unfortunate. Not a lot to analyze there, but that's okay. Moving over here, Shino stalling. Unfortunate. Again, another tech flub. So there's just like really simple tech too that you could definitely hammer out. Just movement, nair out of shield, ledge stuff. The classic stuff that you could just practice in 20XX, right? Shield dropping a little bit faster. There was like a couple of shield drop opportunities that you missed that could have turned into large openings because of how hard he was committing into you, right? Another fair, not bad. Like right here, this is exactly what I'm talking about, where this drill happens and they're gonna shine afterwards. And then you could just nair out a shield after. Unfortunate spot dodge though. This is a tough situation because you guys are in a scramble and you wanted to push the issue instead of disengaging, which is like, it's okay, that can happen a lot of the time. It's not like the biggest deal, but he ended up getting the spot dodge shine. He's walling you out, you use the side platform to get out of there, which is good, but Fox can cover this pretty easily with a full hop back air or a full hop nair, but you did choose the correct escape option out of the corner, which is definitely really solid. You got him to commit to the side platform as well. Nice, pressuring him in the corner. I like that a lot. Got his jump. Oh, this needs to be a kill. If it's not, please. You're making it so much harder than it had to be. Wow. Okay, so you cleaned it up, which is really good. But check this out. When you took his jump with the down smash, you literally just start falling. You just walk off and fall next to him until he does his up B. You react. You double jump fair. Mewtwo King has been doing this since like 2007, and I know that you can do it. I am 100% certain in your ability to actually do that. So anytime you get Fox's jump and he has to up B below the stage, you could just drop with him. So this was like, oh my goodness, you definitely could have. He got his jump back. You forward tilted the up B, which was nice. You had a lot of coverage. I'm really glad that you grabbed the edge on that last edge guard. It was really solid that you did that. And then you had a lot of coverage with where you were doing your bear. So it's really good. But again, just a little bit harder than you had to make it, but that's okay. Again, not dealing with Fox's invincibility perfectly. I always describe it as Invincible Fox is the best character in the game. So you have to be really careful if you're playing against the best character in the game, right? So just try and disengage as much as you can in the safest ways possible, right? Shino stalling, light shielding, all that good stuff. Needles while falling. Again, another tournament winner. That could have been a shield drop back air again, but you hesitated, right? So let's just look at this real quick. You shielded. You probably are ready to like shield drop right now, but you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you start your shield drop, and then you do the fair way too late regardless. So it's like just practicing shield drops being more consistent, more quick with that action could definitely help you out a lot. A roll to disengage. Again, I feel like you're missing some opportunities to nair out a shield. Something that could be pretty effective is actually full hop nairing out a shield so that you can disengage to the side platform and drift up. Or you do a short hop nair out of shield, and then that actually auto cancels. So what you could do is short hop nair out of shield, then drift it backwards, and they have a really hard time counter hitting you. So consider doing that when they're at low percent attack on some damage as well. Went for a fair grab, didn't quite work out. This guy definitely holds down quite a bit. That's okay. Nice spacing on the back air. Nice attempt on the needle grab, but again, did a little bit too soon and ended up forward smashing regardless too. I really do like how you're using the side platforms a lot. I feel like a lot of the time when I analyze for a mid-level player, they kind of just try to fight on the ground all the time and then end up flubbing. But your defense and like working your way out of the corner has been really nice on the side platforms. It could definitely be improved, and the shield dropping would definitely help. But I like that that's something that you're like actively thinking about. Also, I love that you're controlling this space right here. Check this out. Love that you're controlling this with the short hop fairs, trying to catch Fox running out of the corner, and also pressuring this zone right here too. And then you disengage when you realize it didn't work, which is really nice. Be careful, you're swinging and pushing a lot here though, straight into a Fox at low percent. So like, yeah, you see how like you're in a scuffle position, you keep throwing things out, like rolling back in, like disengaging, pushing back into him, forward tilting. Be really careful. Think about like crouching here, being in shield, disengaging, rolling, full hopping to side platform. Those things can all be really good when you feel like you're being too pressured, right? So that was just an edge guard. Let's see. Could have been an up smash to kill you, but that's okay. You made it decently ambiguous. Nice. Good weight on the grab. Okay. Unfortunate. Yeah, so at this percent, you're too high, I believe, to actually crouch against this mistech. It would have been really nice if instead of dash attacking here, you boost grabbed, grab is going to be the most amount of guaranteed damage that you can get as Sheik off the grab, right? Because if you dash attack, what can either happen is they're at a low enough percent where they can actually tech the dash attack, or you get the weak hit and then they hold down regardless, right? So just be careful with that, because dash attack is like pretty good at higher percents where they can't tech it, and then you can lead it into like a forward air kill, but at lower percents it's not nearly as good as a grab. Okay, good dash attack, good needle, kill him! Oh goodness. So you had like a couple options here. I'm not exactly sure if you had enough time after throwing this needle to run off fair, but I do think that yeah. So you could have needled right here, run off rising fair, and it would have covered all of this, and then you cover high with another full hop fair, most likely. You went for a back air, just didn't get it out quite early enough to have the disjoint to actually hit him and not trade. So that probably means he's going to live. You forward tilt him in the corner. Super unfortunate. So let's just look at this really quick. Yeah, so you go for like the early nair. Again, a read on the recovery instead of just reacting. Like you could have just jumped in the air and kind of passively sat there until he side beat and then naired. Like you could have double jumped, drifted back, and then he side beats, bam, nair, and then throw a needle to cover like whatever, and then he's dead, 100%. So again, I feel like all of your problems are just like you're too antsy to go for a hit. You're too antsy to like finish off these edge guards like on your tech chases. You hesitate too much. But you're not reacting. You got to keep your mind like kind of like a blank slate, right? And just kind of have the options like ingrained in you through practice. So practice the tech chasing, practice like reacting to certain positions of Fox. If they're going for a full hop and you're not in some sort of state like a dash or like a shield or something, you have all of your options available to you. So like you can up tilt him, you can move backwards with a wave dash back, right? And then you can just grab him out of the wave dash back. Work on the shield drops, work on the simple tech. Those sort of things go a really long way too. I feel like you created so many opportunities for yourself, but just dropped like a lot of the punishes, or like just didn't extend things as far as you could have, even in terms of just like corner pressure and stuff like that. But again, I did like a lot of your positioning. I like the way that you worked defensively on the platforms. I like the retreating back airs that you did, although I think more of them should have been short hop back airs instead of the full hop back airs. And I also liked the couple kneel grabs that you ended up doing. Those also worked really, really effectively. So yeah, if you have any clarifying questions, always feel free to ask, and I will catch all of you guys later. Peace.